Hello from Paris. This is Carlos Montero. We are broadcasting with our people where we are going to see the best of the Olympics game. Today was a great day for Latin America. Ecuador, in the first event of the day, speed walking, 20 kilometers, we got a gold medal. That's going to be one of what we are going to talk today. Also, we want to talk the one who wants a gold medal, but in environment, is Paris. They are trying to do the best game, trying to help the planet. And there is somebody who is very significant for the French people, is a garbage collector. Charlie has a chance to talk to him, but let's let Charlie to tell us briefly what's going on there, and then we are going to go back to him. Charlie, go ahead.
Hello, Carlos. Paris wants to be one of the most environmentally friendly games in history, and they're on track of doing so. But one man, one famous garbage collector here in Paris, is helping them keep on track. So stay tuned because we have an interview with him later on in the program.
We absolutely would love to know him. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Charlie. Okay, the main story today, the first event of the morning was the speed walking. A lot of Latin athletics were representing different countries of our region, but the gold medal, it was for Ecuador. Ecuador, the last time it won a gold medal in this discipline was in Atlanta, 1996. So that means it was celebration. The name of the athletic is Daniel Pintado. He was received as a hero. What's funny, you can see him coming to the finish line. You know how he celebrate? He celebrate like Rolando when he scored a goal. So that was something. Then he went to the Olympic Villa where all the athletics are staying, and he was received like a superstar. Congratulations, Ecuador. That's something very important. Later, we are going to talk about the other Ecuadorian who won a gold medal in the 20 kilometers speed walking, but that's going to be later, and it was in Atlanta, 1996. This moment, if you are following social media, today was also boxing, but female boxing, there is a big controversy. Why there is a big controversy? Because there is a boxer from Italy. She lost, the fight last only a few seconds. She lost 45 seconds against a fighter from Australia. Some people say that she shouldn't be there because the chromosomes are not allow her to compete with women. She should compete with men, but that's something, one of the subjects we are going to talk to Eduardo Regonesi. Eduardo, absolutely at this time, social media, everybody's talking about this fighter from Australia, even the Prime Minister of Italy and the President of Argentina, Javier Milei, they said, this is not fair. We shouldn't have that in Olympics game. Women should fight against women, men should fight about men. What's the reaction on the streets right now?
I hear you very well. I can hear you a little bit. I caught the first part of the question. You're talking about Imane Khalid from Algeria. He's a boxer that competed in the 2020 Summer Olympics. And the big controversy today is the fight against the Italian athlete. He has won several medals, but he was also banned from the World Championship. So it's a big controversy why the Boxing Federation banned her, but not the Olympic Committee. This is a very touchy
subject, a very controversial subject, and of course, there's going to be a lot of repercussions. It's ongoing news. We're going to be researching. We're going to be talking to people about this because it's something that's happening right now, but it's unprecedented. It's something that it's a new issue. It's a new problem that the boxing world and the sporting world is going to be facing.
I don't know if you can still hear me because I cannot hear you already. Yes, Carlos.
We understand what you are saying. It's not perfect, the audio, The picture is great. We see the Eiffel Towers behind you, a beautiful place. But let's talk about this star from Peru that he was born today, Daniel Pintado.
From Ecuador. Ecuador won the medal in the 20 minute. Yes, Ecuador. Peru had a big team. Peru had 3 runners in the men's side and on the women's side. But on the men's side, Ecuador was a big surprise. It was a very exciting match. He was not winning until the very last lap where he was able to get the first gold medal
for Ecuador. And in the women's side, there's a lot of representatives on the female side. Unfortunately, they didn't get any medals. They got 4th place, 5th place, 6th place, and even 8th place. Representative from Ecuador, from Peru as well. They all did very, very well. In fact, out of the 20 top spots, 10 in Latin America. So it's a very, very good result for Latin America in the 20-kilometer walk. Carlos, I want to show you a little bit about what we're doing here, because I don't know if you can hear me. Again, we have a little bit of technical difficulty, but this is the state of the champions. The champions come here to parade. The athletes, the gold medalists that won, come here. They walk for the crowd. We saw the Argentinian athlete, Maligno Torres. He was walking, showing his medal, taking pictures with the crowd. Let's go and see if we can see a little bit of this view.
There's people taking pictures. Let's not interrupt. Look, I don't know if you can see me, Carlos, right behind me. If you can show the camera, right there. That's where the action was happening. There's DJs, there's music, there's like a party atmosphere.
Yeah, Eduardo, we are losing you. I had the chance to be with Eduardo early this afternoon, and I noticed there was a huge line to get there. You can get there free, but you have to wait a long time, isn't it? Yeah, the audio, it's a problem. Eduardo cannot hear me, but I mean, that's happened when it's a live show. Eduardo is live from the Eiffel Tower, from this fan fest where the athletics have a chance to go. And for this guy, Maligno Torres, it was something really important. A sport that's not popular, BMX freestyles, is half bicycle and motocross. To have an idea, I'm sure you saw the pictures or the video on TV. And now, right now, with Maligno, everybody wants to take a picture with him. Maybe we are going to be back later with Eduardo, but it was nice to see that place where in this moment there are hundreds of people trying to get a picture of one of those superstars that are born, those stars that are born here in Paris 2024. Eduardo, we'll be back with you any minute. Thank you very much, Eduardo. I mean, it's really close to here. It's like 15 blocks. That's the reason I was with him before. Now let's go to do a little bit of history like we've been doing every day since we started this show. In this case, we are going to talk about what we were saying before about Ecuador. Ecuador today got the gold medals in speed marching, and long time ago, almost 30 years, in 1996, the Olympics were in Atlanta, Georgia, in the USA, and Richard Perez, he did the same. He got a gold medal in these disciplines, and he became immediately a superstar in all Latin America. Let's know a little bit more about him.
The 1960s was a turbulent decade in the United States with Martin Luther King's civil rights movement and the so-called Black Power movement gaining strength. In Mexico City, the 1968 Olympic Games were preparing toward the medalists in the 200-meter dash when two faces wrapped in black gloves appeared on the podium. They were Tommy Smith and John Carlos. The indelible gesture has remained for more than 50 years as the image of protest of the African American community in the face of the worsening problems in American society. That protest could short the careers of Smith and Carlos. They were expelled and could never again represent their country at the Olympic Games, but the gesture remained for posterity, and today all those who wanted to silence their voice with bans and insults are remembered. The International Olympic Committee continues prohibiting political demonstration at the Games and punishes them severely. The third man on the podium, Australian Peter Norman, joined the protest wearing the anti-racism sticker. Like their black colleagues, Norman was expelled from the village, insulted and ostracized in his country, a nation that has also had systematic discrimination against its aborigines. Norman passed away into oblivion in 2006, and it was Smith and Carlos who carried his coffin to the niche in Williamstown Cemetery, a suburb of Melbourne. They never forgot the teammate who together with them changed Olympic history on the podium in Mexico in 1968 forever.
Our Ecuadorian walker Jefferson Perez, Olympic walking gold medalist for Ecuador in Atlanta 96, covered the 20-kilometer race in 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 7 seconds at average speed of 14.98 kilometers per hour. At this walking pace, Perez will cross Caracas from east to west in just 1 hour, and all of Paris from south to north in 45 minutes. With that kind of walking, why take the subway? It is one more feat of our people.
Almost 30 years later, Ecuador have a chance to celebrate against in that discipline that's typical of athleticism that today started, speed walking. But now let's talk, this game, they are giving us a beautiful photography. Not only Paris is a great city, a nice city, a very elegant city, the athletics, they let us see some fantastic pictures. I want to share with you this picture. It's about surfing. Surfing is not here in Paris. Surfing is been doing that in the Polynesia, French Polynesia in Tahiti. And the picture, I don't know if we have the picture, if not, I tell you, and you can see that in social media, is about Gabriel Medina. Gabriel Medina, he can become, one of the most iconic pictures of the whole world. But I want that you know a little bit about sports. That's beautiful to watch it on TV, but sometimes we don't understand. Let's see the story and how you do with surf.
Although surfing tried to enter the Olympic Games in the 20s, it was its public succeed a century later in Tokyo 2020 that allowed it to return to Paris in 2024. In Japan, the Brazilian Italo Ferreira and American Carissa Moore shone with gold. It is impossible to surf in the French capital. Far away from Paris, more than 50,500 kilometers will be the competition on the beach of Teahupo'o in Tahiti, French Polynesia. The surf test this time will be held for 4 days. Competitors will use shorter, faster, and more maneuverable boards than the long ones in their turns and acrobatics on the bottom or top of the wave. The 5-judge scrutiny assess the variety, type, and difficulty of the maneuvers, as well as the speed, power, and fluidity with which the surfer connects one movement to the next. Fans are waiting to see the spectacular stunts of international surfing leaders such as Gabriel Medina from Brazil, Carissa Moore from the USA, Owen Wright from Australia, and Bianca Budeton of South Africa.
And depends a lot on the waves. But let's go back to Paris. Let's go to see Charlie Montero about the ecology part of those games. Let's go, Charlie, go ahead.
Hello, Carlos. How are you? One of the things that we've noticed here in Paris is how clean everything is. And that's in part because of Ludovic Franchette, probably one of the most famous garbage collectors here in Paris and maybe even in the world. With nearly 400,000 followers, Ludovic creates content encouraging people to clean up after themselves. And although he has many viral videos, Ludovic says he is not a star.
Alors pour moi, je ne suis pas une star. Peut-être à travers les yeux de beaucoup de monde, je peux être une star peut-être, mais pas pour moi. La star, c'est mon balai, et c'est mon balai qui ramène mon argent. Et il faut voir on est plus de 5000 éboueurs à la ville de Paris. C'est tous des stars en fait, tous les jours, parce qu'ils font un travail formidable.
Ludovic was also invited to carry the Olympic torch thanks to his positive message. He says it was really an incredible experience.
Et on s'est regardé, mais là il y avait une puissance folle d'émotion et j'étais scotché, je me suis agenouillé sur le sol comme ça pour marquer le moment.
Before we left, we had the chance to talk to Matteo Signes, his colleague, who told us what we can do to make Paris a cleaner place.
One advice, we have a lot of bins in the street, so use it. Put your waste in the bin, in the right bin, if you can. We have yellow bin for cardboard, plastic, etc., etc. But in each 50 meters, you have a bin in Paris, so please use it.
It's really amazing the power of social media. With just a few videos, this man inspired many, many people to clean up the streets and help make Paris the most sustainable Olympic Games in the history. Back to you, Carlos.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you very much. Let's check now the table medals. Who is in first place? In first place, we have China. It's amazing how great they're doing. Second place is France with 8 gold medals. Then we have Japan, 8 gold medals. The first is the gold medal, the last is the whole. And USA, 5th with 5 gold medals. Let's go very quickly. If you let me go to Latin America, we have Guatemala, 22nd place. If you go down, you can see quickly. 25th, Argentina con 1 gold medal. Brazil, it has 5 altogether, no gold, 2 silver, 3 bronze. And that's the way we are doing here in Paris. Thank you very much for being with us during this half an hour. We'll be back tomorrow at the same time in the same channel. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Adios, amigos.